It has been a couple weeks since we've picked up the camera, and as you can tell behind us, spring is 100% here. All of the trees have fully leaved and bloomed, and it is so green out here at the cabin. If you watched the last video, we finally started tackling a little bit of the wood chip piles that we have. We re-mulched around the cabin, and then we used them a little bit around this young forest area over here. But today we are finally going to start mapping out a walking trail through the back acres. Whenever we figured out that we needed 55 trees removed from our property, they wood chipped them and made huge piles around the cabin. I think there's over 200,000 pounds of wood chips. So the only thing that we can think of to use all of them is to build a walking trail. That way we can utilize our property a little bit better, and it will eventually break down the trees, put it back into the soil, and help regrow the forest back there. We're not really sure how long this process is going to take, but I'm going to start off today by running to the local hardware store, getting some marking flags and tape and stuff like that. That way we can just kind of start walking around back there, seeing what's going to work best, and hopefully get these trails started. One thing about living in the woods is we always get so many One thing about living in the woods is we always get so many spiders and bugs in the truck whenever we first get into it. Every night. Sorry though. I picked up a pack of stake flags that we can use while we're walking through the woods to kind of mark out where we're going to do this trail. I think we're going to have to keep it to the flattest area that we can find. That way it's easier to get the wood chips back into it. So this will help with that. And then also picked up some flowers for Amelia because she was a little bummed this morning. We were supposed to put the camper on and go for a day or two, but it's gray and rainy all day these next 2 days. So we're going to get back in the camper soon. I promise you that. But for now, head back to the cabin and start figuring out what we're going to do with this trail. Now that we have our flagging sticks, we're going to start walking around back here and seeing what the flattest piece of ground is that we can make this walking trail. We don't have any huge hills or divots or anything like that back here, but there definitely are some, and right now we're only using a wheelbarrow for the wood chips. I'm sure that'll change as we start actually moving this stuff back into the trail, so we want it to be as flat as possible. That way we can get whatever back there that we need to. And it's gray and rainy all weekend, so we figured why not do this. We've been wanting to and talking about it over the last few videos, so we might as well get it started now, and just a nice day to spend outside in our own woods. Not entirely sure where we want to start this, but this is a pretty good spot that's not right next to the cabin, and it starts with a pretty flat piece that goes back here. So we're going to put flag number 1 and I guess start our walking trail. Here we go. There's no real rhyme or reason as to where I'm putting these flags. I'm just kind of walking through. I know we're about 15 or 20 feet off of our property line, so anything that looks flat that we can walk back through here with is just what's going to get a flag. Works for me. Work for you?
Works for me. And we do have so many deer, and hopefully they've already paved sort of a path for us, so we can just kind of go off what their line shows and make a path with that. Good work.
sky sings me a song. Here I'll stay till dawn. Indiana Rose, I couldn't see you on my way back home. There's beauty.
So that's an ash tree that's dead. It'll come down at some point. And that's a maple. So maybe we'll come in here and kind of curve around these. It's not super flat, but it's not very bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than straight, so might as well make it interesting.
I guess one of the only goals that we really have is to make this trail go through areas that aren't trying to regrow itself. So we're going to try to hug a lot of the taller, healthy trees and leave some of the clearing spots back here that are starting to regrow untouched. That way we can kind of A, keep an eye on it, and it makes it easy for us to walk back here and check on things, and B, it just helps keep us around the maple trees and the cherry trees and stuff that's going to be here for a long time. But then you have all of these dead ash trees. There's probably 30, 50 on the ground that we can come through and cut up once we have this little path. Easier to get back to the cabin so we can take the wood. This burns really well, and whenever the beetle kills it, it doesn't deteriorate like the fungus that killed all the beech trees. So lots of firewood left here for us.
Wow, okay. We put about 40 stakes down, which is quite a lot. Connor got 100 at the store, which I feel like isn't too many, just to make sure that they're close enough that you can see them and not lose them in the thick forest ground. We're probably about halfway through, and we've just hit a little game trail, which is perfect. So we're just going to kind of follow that for our trail as well, because why not? If the deer already mapped it, it's probably a good way to go. So we're going to do that. But we were just talking about how, which sounds so silly, we don't even know if we have enough wood chips to honestly do the whole trail of our property. We do have not a lot of land, but enough for us to, do stuff like this. So we think it's kind of funny how we're saying we don't have enough wood chips, because we're pretty sure we do. I mean, we calculated it out to be 200,000?
Pounds? Yeah, I think so.
200,000 pounds of wood chips. So if that doesn't amount to enough for this trail, I will be shocked. So honestly, if it doesn't, that'll just be very silly, and we're probably just going to end the trail where it ends. So, place your bets. Let us know if you think we have enough wood chips for this trail. I think we do, but you never know. They look like a lot, but they might not go as far as we think. Who knows? Pause, everybody. Connor's at it again.
I don't like the honeysuckle. I'm a little ridiculous, okay?
When we did start first walking, Connor did mention there's going to be quite a few piles around with honeysuckle that he's pulled out from his sometime walking the woods over the last, 3 months? Has it really been 3 months? Yeah. That's crazy. So, yeah.
The problem with honeysuckle is, yeah, they're pretty to look at and they smell really nice and they attract a bunch of bees, but they're really invasive and they will cover this whole entire lower canopy before too long. And we're trying to get new growth in here that's going to go and get to the complete upper canopy, and honeysuckle just eats everything around it. Nothing can grow through. So as we go, it's not supposed to be here anyway. It's invasive, so it's not really a harm. Might as well pull it out, If you're walking by it, you might as well pull it out.
Right.
I'll stay till dawn. The breeze in the sky sings me a song. Here I'll stay till dawn. Lost in the sight of you.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but we don't really know what we're doing. We're making it up as we go, kind of just what we would normally walk in the backwoods. Connor has walked the woods several times, probably way more than I have, because he just loves enjoying coming out here, checking out the trees and all of that. So if you guys have any questions about the trees on our property, the land that we own, or just the trail we're trying to build, please drop them below. We would love to chat with you guys in the comments about everything, but we're trying to just comment and talk to you as we go. So if we're missing something, let us know. Yeah, we'd love to share.
I was gonna say though, if you have any like trail building tips or something like that, please let us know. We're not gonna start on the wood chips just yet. I think we're gonna go through with like a weed eater and a little blade on the top of that too, and try to get some of the saplings out of the way and get a footpath first, and then do the wood chip path.
Yeah.
We're just gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well, it is really thick. I mean, if you guys can tell, the ground is covered in leaves and all of these green plants and trees. So a lot of the things need to come down to clear a path first before we get wood chips back here. Hopefully rent a machine and not do it by hand.
We were talking
Unless
about
you want to do it by hand.
No. We were talking about it this morning, and I don't know if we're gonna lay down any kind of like growth preventative mat before. I don't think we are, because we kind of want the wood chips to decay, and if it turns into mud and stuff and it decomposes quick, that's fine. We'll still use the path, but we don't know if we want it to actually be wood chips, because then you gotta like blow the leaves off of it and stuff. And
we honestly know we're going to be in and out probably camping throughout the year, so honestly, to leave that and have to maintain something that much work, I don't know if we're ready for that just yet, so this is just a good step one.
Lost in the sight of you alone. Here I'll stay till dawn. The breeze in the sky sings me a song. Here I'll stay till dawn. Lost in the sight of you alone. Here I'll stay till dawn. The breeze
just gonna add it to my pile, okay?
here I'll stay till dawn. Stay till dawn.
All right, that is the 100th flag that we had with us. Obviously, this path will probably change, but at least now we can walk it and kind of figure out if it works or not, and maybe try to get an idea of how long it is distance-wise. We're basically back at the back side of the cabin, so nice little loop, and depending on how many wood chips we have, we will either shorten it or make it longer. It's a good start for now.
Perfect timing. It just started sprinkling. We just finished obviously walking the trail and just checking out our wood chips, which I'm pretty sure there's enough. So we'll see. Place your bets and let's see who's right and wrong when we finally finish this whole trail saga. But we do want to show you guys one more thing. A couple weeks ago, before we left to go to Florida for our cruise, we planted some wildflowers in the front of our property. So I wanted to show you guys just the little buds that are coming up. So hopefully in a few weeks they will become flowers and look really pretty at our front entrance. So let's go show you. Oh, heavier than I thought. This is what we got. It was just at Ace, so we said, why not? A little shade mixture because there's not much sun in this area. Try one packet.
Yeah, see what happens.
I think they're really cute. I know they aren't the biggest flowers right now, but I think they will be. They're Connor and I's first time planting some wildflowers, and we hope they turn out well. We seeded them as the instructions said, put in some new dirt, watered them for 2 weeks, so hopefully they keep growing, and this summer we have something to show for it. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. Hope you enjoyed walking around the property with us, but we're gonna call it a day because it is late afternoon. We didn't get started doing anything today, so yeah, see you guys in the morning.
In a world of green, just like a dream, you and I standing wild and free, with petals so golden, the sun's warm kiss, a love so strong, a bliss. Whispers of the breeze, secrets unfold. It's you that I need, it's you that I want. When the world gets cold, it's you and me. When the sun comes back, you'll see. Oh, dandelion, the strength that you've shown, stronger each year. Look how we hold on through the toughest of times. We still stand strong. Through pavement we will grow. Forever we will grow. Deep within your eyes, I found a home. The love that we share can never grow old. In your gaze, the world looks bright, forever by your side. This town is quiet, serene and wide. You keep me warm and safe at night. No matter the season, we always bloom, 'cause you light up the gloom.
Good morning, everybody. We've had a nice, relaxing morning here at the cabin, and if you can kind of tell, it's windy today, a little bit of rain on and off, and just no sun. So instead of continuing work on the walking trail, we're actually going to take you guys over and show you where we've been keeping the camper. Obviously, it's not on the back of the truck. Don't worry, we did not get rid of our truck camper, but we did store it somewhere else. We met one of our neighbors over the past few weeks, got to talking with her, and actually are trading some storage space in her shop in exchange for helping take care of her property. She's just a few miles down the road, so we're gonna load up in the truck, head over there. It's a really cool place, and we're gonna be spending a decent amount of time there over the next few months. So we figured we might as well show you guys what that place is like, talk you through kind of everything there, and it's just gonna be good to see the camper again. We're gonna get in the car, we'll see you on the road.
Oh, dandelion, the strength that you've shown, stronger each year. Look how we hold on through the toughest of times. We still stand strong. Through pavement we will grow. Forever we will grow. Forever we will grow.
So as promised, here is the camper. It's probably a little echoey in here because it is a little empty, but we are so thankful for our neighbor to let us store our camper, and another little side project that Connor will touch on in a later video. But we did plan on going camping this weekend. The weather had other plans for us. It has been gray, rainy, and extremely windy, so we put that on hold. We really want to go camping soon. I know you all are probably in the same boat. We hope to go in, I think, a next few video, but We just haven't done it yet. We haven't camped since, I believe, April, which is insane. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can go in the next week or so. And yeah, we miss her first home, but we do love our cabin. Let's show you guys around more.
Her pole barn is a 40 by 60, and we have this back like third section that we get to use for whatever we need, which is really nice. So we've got the camper there, and then we've been feeling like we need a trailer for some certain projects, and then we did end up finding a really cheap tandem axle trailer that I am going to refurbish in next week's video because Amelia is going out of town, so I've got some time on my hands and just wanting a project like that. We figured with rental equipment and being able to move things around our cabin and stuff like that, a trailer is a great thing to have, so I found a great deal on it on Facebook Marketplace, and it needs a lot of love because it's been sitting outside in Michigan winters for like 20-something years. So got a good deal on it. It won't take too much to get it fixed up and good for another 20 years, but that's another video. We're gonna walk you around this property. It's about 10 acres, I think, but the surrounding land is open as well, so it feels like a lot more. And yeah, it's just kind of a cool place. We're gonna show you around. Let us know what you guys think about it. We are very grateful to have the camper stored in a enclosed and level space. There's not really an area at the cabin that is flat and tucked away that we could keep the camper. Since it is by itself, we're always worried about it tipping over or something happening to it. So having it tucked away in this pole barn is really nice. Promise we'll get back into it soon, but for now, we're gonna help take care of this property. Mainly it's just mowing. She has a small old log cabin on here, which is really cool, and an orchard. So we're gonna have our hands full. We're not really sure what we're doing, but we promised to take care of her place, and hopefully it works out for the long term.
There are about 40 trees in her orchard over here. There are apples, pears, and peaches, which is very cool. We kind of timed it very well for buying a property and helping our neighbor out because we might be able to show you guys the fruit that the orchard will, what would you say? Produce. Yeah, that's the word. So we'll show you guys around there. Connor just mowed it the other day and did an amazing job, so everything looks beautiful. Let's show you.
So here is her little orchard that she has over here. Like Amelia said, about 40 trees, and I bet it's a little over an acre of grass to cut. That was kind of her main thing that she was tired of doing, so we said we'd happily do that and trade her for some storage. It's gonna work out great, and then we'll help her out with other projects around this property. But for now, the stuff is, let's see, it's the start of June. The trees have already flowered, and then I think the fruit is just barely starting to grow. For now, let's go check out some of these trees.
We've only recently started helping her with her orchard just a little bit, and like Connor said, we don't know what we're doing, but I will say never in a million years I think I would be helping someone take care of an orchard. I think it's really cool. I'm excited to see what we learn. Based off these trees and the amount of fruits that are already growing on them, it is going to be a lot of fruit. So maybe we're gonna start a little cidery or have a little fruit stand outside. Either way, we're having a good time. Not a bad trade-off. Would you guys agree? Store your camper somewhere in a nice barn and also help her with an orchard? Kind of a no-brainer. People are very kind up here. You see him? So on this property, there are also so many beautiful wildflowers. I guess these are daisies. She also has roses. And then these back here are called big leaf lupine. Don't think I know that. We just looked it up. But they're beautiful. I'm gonna pick one to show you. Can I pick a small one?
Yeah. Need a knife or you got it?
Gorgeous. Yeah. Maybe we're gonna make a little wildflower vase now.
In addition to the beautiful pole barn and the really cool orchard, she also has a log cabin that was built in the early 1900s on this property. We're not going to go inside because we don't want to intrude, but it is a really cool place, and maybe someday we'll be able to stay there and show you guys, because I think it'd be a really fun little video because the inside is really cool. So lots of really nice things on this property. It's a little oasis over here, so not too far from our cabin. We're very glad that we get to come over here and spend some of our days, because when it's sunny and 70 degrees, it's not a bad place to be. It gets us away from our place and just kind of helps add some projects into the mix. But yeah, let us know if you guys want to see more stuff about this place and kind of while we're doing the work around it, because it is going to be stuff that we're doing during our week. And if you'd like to see it, we would love to film it. So leave that down in the comments below. But I promise we'll still do lots of projects at our place. We will get back into the camper very soon and just making the most out of everything that Michigan has to offer.
Well, that is it for our quick tour of another place we are going to be spending a lot of time at, which we're excited about.
We wanted to make sure that you guys knew that we did not get rid of our camper, and we are so excited to get back into it. But we hope you guys enjoyed watching us start building the walking trail through our property, and hopefully someday soon we'll be able to get rid of some of those giant wood chip piles in our backyard.
I thought you were gonna say the bushes you hate.
Oh, and the honeysuckle. Yeah, those are mostly gone.
I thought that's where he was going with that. But yeah, we're excited just to kind of start a new project, take you guys along. We did find some biodegradable, what do you want to say?
Like underlayment?
Underlayment, so we can put it under the trail so it won't erode as quickly as it would without it, but also we don't have to pull a tarp or anything else back up. So hopefully that is a good alternative. Let us know if you have any other opinions or kind of suggestions for us as we kind of move on through building a trail.
And if you want to see next week's video, I will be renovating this trailer over here. It'll be different for us, but I've got some alone time, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, to get back into welding and have a start to finish project. So I'll be spending the next few days doing that, but I'll show you guys everything. Hopefully I'll try to make it entertaining, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Hope you have a large day.
See you next week.